Number one, in order to be a high value man, it starts with money. Again, like it or not, I didn't put the six-figure thing out there. It's been with us since the mid 80s, and like it or not, that's where this whole thing started.
You can choose two of the three. A man that makes six figures has a six-pack, or he's 6 feet tall. So 6 figures, six-pack, or 6 feet. You can have two of them.
Money in the height. Money in the height.
Six-pack plus 6 figures, babe.
You can choose two of the three. A man that makes 6 figures, he has a six-pack, or he's 6 feet tall.
6 figures, 6 feet. Same answer, 6 figures, 6 feet.
And dad bods are cool?
Dad bods are cool always.
What do you think is ideal salary for a guy to be making?
If you're not making like 300,000 a year or above, like I'm not even looking.
Thank you for clicking the video, and welcome to the Huxon Network, the place where we navigate people, not just life. This is your Life Guide channel, where I break down social topics, life events, and human behavior, all rooted in the motto, it's better to understand than to be understood. Here, you'll get critical insights and information most would hide behind paywalls, but I keep it real, relatable, and solution focused. This isn't your average commentary channel. If you're looking for clarity and wisdom to level up in your life, you're in the right place. Now, before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe. Channels like these that offer real solutions don't always get algorithm love, but your support helps us reach more people. Let's make an impact together.
How much should a guy earn for you to date him? Over 500K, close to $1 million.
We all understand the high value man concept by now, right? But just the base level is just physical attributes, right? You need to be 6 feet tall, have 6 inches of subway, and make 6 figures. Now that's just the basis, right? And a lot of the times other metrics get skipped over, like morals, values, and all that stuff. But what people don't understand is that the flawed part about the high value man is you can reach that status just by having a strong network. You can reach that status by skipping to the front of the line, right? You didn't really go through anything to alter how you view the world. You didn't gain any leadership skills along the way. You can literally fall into the high value man status. And the thing about statuses is that they're like trends and they're forever changing, right? So what's a high value man yesterday could be drastically different today. So you will always be chasing a status that you would never really obtain. Yeah, you would have it for a brief moment, but all in all, it'll change just like the seasons. And so when you're always chasing something so ghostly, so unobtainable, in reality is that you're always chasing after something and you're building blocks on superficialness, right? The foundation is never really solidified. You know, a lot of people would rather look it than be it. And that's what the high value man concept brings. But what if you lost some of that money, right? You don't have the willpower or the skills of learning how to navigate that, because all people are focused on is maintaining the status and lifestyle, or at least the look of it. Now, the contrast and the counterpart to a high value man is a man worthy of time. And the beautiful thing about the worthy of time is there is no status. It's all foundational, right? And it's self-awareness, right? It's you're careful who you spend your time with, right? It's you don't waste your time on silliness, right? People will do whatever they can to get your time. Your time is more valuable than money. This is why people exchange money for your time. And once you understand the concept of a man worthy of time, and that's man or woman, let me give you an example. For men, a woman could have 5 men in her phone, but she distinctly wants the time of one specific man. The other men are wasting their time, but she would fight tooth and nail to get the attention of the man that she wants. And that's the same thing for men too. The things that people do for your time, everybody's fighting for your attention, and you should be very mindful who you give that attention to. You should be more mindful of who you allow to water your plants, because being a man worthy of time, that's the highest commodity. That's what everybody goal is selection of attention. And with this, you understand that people who value their time and what they invested in get greater returns than people that waste it.
A bottle of water is $1 at the store, $2 at the gym, $4 at the airport, and $7 on a damn flight. Same water, different price tag. Why? It ain't about the water, it's about where it's at.
See, when you feel like people ain't seeing your value, it ain't because you ain't worth much. It's because you in the wrong spot. Maybe you ain't around the right crowd. Maybe you stuck in a place that ain't built to recognize what you bring. So next time you feel underestimated, stop doubting your worth. Ask yourself, where am I standing?
Value is a price point, a designated number of what somebody places something at, right? And not necessarily a number, but just what the collective think something is. That's what value is, right? But let's talk about value. A Bugatti, just for example, is very, very valuable until you buy it, right? The minute you buy a Bugatti, what happens? It loses appreciation right off the bat, right? You buy a diamond. It's nice and it's beautiful and it's priced like crazy behind that glass. But what happens after you buy it? Automatic appreciation loss. But on the flip side, you buy something that's more limited. And this is how you should view yourself. This is all metaphorically speaking. But if you purchase something more limited, like old school Mustangs or, vintage things, what happens? Over time, it gains appreciation. As somebody who's in a relationship with you, whether it be friendships, husband, wife, things of that caliber. And this is why being a man worthy of time is so crucial, is that things gain appreciation over time if a person is more consciously aware of who they're spending their time with, right? What you're absorbing, what are you putting back into the cup, as they say, right? Not nonsense, not BS, but everything is growth. And the longer you spend time with people, the more growth these people get, thus valuing you even more. It's not about forcing, right? It is about what are you planting? What are you growing over time, right? So a man worthy of time it's not just a man, but women too. It's about who you give your time to, but also who time do you want in return? Because somebody can dilute your time, right? If you're hanging out or you're around people that constantly do things on a scale of it's just wasting time. It's just wasting time when you could be doing something else, learning a skill, learning something to better yourself. But instead, you're around people that are leeching, and not everybody values their time like you would. So the fleeting value just comes down to appreciation and depreciation in what you're invested in. All price points aren't the same once they're purchased, once they're invested in. And that's something that you have to look at.
What men are interested in life is status. I don't think most people understand, especially women, how competitive the male world is and how competitive it is for status. This is why men do everything they do. Men buy the faster car, not to drive me faster, it's because of status. That's why we want a bigger house. We don't give a shit where we live, it's because of status. That's why I want to go to the gym and get big and strong, because of status. Everything we do is about status. So what's the number one thing we want our female to give us? Status. That's what we want. So she can give us status by being beautiful, that's one thing she can do. But another thing she could do is if I turn up home and I come home with my boys and she says, I'll cook you all a steak. That's status. That's all my boys going, you just been out all night and she's here and she's going to cook for all of us and she'll clean up and tidy up. That's the kind of girl a man's not going to want to lose because it makes him look good.
The things about chasing statuses, right, is the metrics created by others. That goalpost will always move. You will never find success with that label, right? You don't have to be famous, right? You don't have to know a lot of people. A man worthy of time. This could be anybody. Think about this. Whoever your favorite actor or whomever, right? Philosopher, when they come forward and they do an interview, you stop everything that you're doing to listen to what they have to say, right? So this person is worthy of your time, right? You give your time to that person no matter what. I'm not talking about like the smut that's out there with all the, crazy and wild stuff. When somebody sits down and they're having a serious life conversation, you stop whatever you're doing and you just gotta listen, right? But again, they don't even have to be famous. Your grandpa could be a man worthy of time. Your grandma, because every time when they speak, you know you're going to get some real stuff. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person of status. It could just be how you value these people when you're talking to them, right? And the thing about the chasing the metrics and the goalpost moving is as long as you're always trying to chase the status quo, you'll forever be empty-handed because, again, tomorrow's metrics may not be today's metrics. So you're always in the rat race.
Don't rely on social media. Put it down, turn it off, shut up, be quiet, learn, read, relax, get better. First part of your life you learn, second part of your life you earn, third part of your life you return.
And the thing about someone being worthy of time, your time, my time, anybody's time, is the wisdom, the dependability, the respect, right? Even people that are in a chaotic lifestyle, they know that one person that they can always go to, right? For their time, for the wisdom and dependability and respect, because they know that that person never steps off their foundation when it comes to life advice. They practice what they preach. They live it. They don't just say it, but they live it. And this is how you gain self-respect. Not just self-respect, but the respect of your peers is by walking it. Whatever advice you give, you walk it also. And people can see that, right? You stand on it. You say what you mean, but you're not overly invested in someone where you'll let them snatch you up in their tornado-filled chaotic life. But they'll step out of their tornado to come to you because they know that you're dependable, right? And I know that is a heavy weight to carry, but when you value yourself and your time, it becomes less heavy because you know how to deal with people. It's all about self-awareness too.
If a person respects themselves, why do they need your respect? If I respect myself and I'm secure in who I am as a person, why do I need your respect so much? Right. Why do I value your respect so much? Not saying that I discredit it, but I'm not going to pipe up and demand your respect if I already respect myself and I'm secure in who I am as a person.
Now, how do you evaluate your own work based on time? You don't need external validation. Even a turtle moves at a pace, maybe slow, right? But progression is progression. You don't need outside validation to let you know if you are the man or not, because there may be skills and things that you have learned on your way to your personal growth, right? And these are things that other people may have skipped over by just skipping to the front of the line, not really locking in on what they need to do, not to be on their path, right? But slow progress is still progress, right? Self-awareness on your progress, right? You're a lot better today than you were yesterday, right? If you want to start a weight loss journey, right? And you've been getting up at a certain time and you've been putting in the steps, right? You don't have all the money to hit the gym. You don't have all the time to go all in on it, but baby steps, it's all progress. Whether you lose half an inch, a pound, it's all progress. And this is you investing your time into something that's beneficial for you. Where do you invest your time mostly, right? And is it worthy of your time? Now, I don't mean like, are you wasting your time? What I mean is whatever you're investing your time in, whether it's an hour, 2 hours of your day, is it progressing you? I don't care if it's watching YouTube videos on how to better yourself, it's still progression, right? Because we have to start somewhere, baby steps somewhere. And the fact that you're looking for answers, you're already a step ahead of a lot of people. You don't need to be way down the road like everybody else. The fact that you're looking for answers already tells you that you are valuing your time and where you spend it.
What do you think our legacy can be? When we're gone, after all the stuff we've done, I think folks will remember us, you know, like 100 years from now.
No.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I mean, guys like us, we're not exactly the type of people they write about in history books, you know? But the people we saved, they're our legacy. And they'll remember us, and I guess we'll eventually fade away too. That's fine, because we left the world better than we found it, you know?
Legacy building, right? Who are you? That's a lot of things that people don't ask. But who are you? I don't mean like a gamer. I don't mean like a, you know, like an absorber of manga. I don't mean but who are you, right? What is the legacy that you want to leave when it's all said and done? And this is just for you. You don't have to tell me in the comment section, but this is something that you need to sit and ponder on. Even if your goal is to help one person, right? If that's your legacy, then do it. But it's a long-term legacy, whether it's to, you know, mess up in life, learn from it, and then pass those things on to the next generation, then let that be your legacy. Whether it's, you know, helping out the next generation or volunteering your services for other things. Like, what is the long-term goal? And everybody should have one. Whether it's to buy a home, whether it's to move out the country, whether it's to travel. Have a long-term goal, but have baby steps towards that long-term goal. So then you could start investing your own time into these values, right? Into these things that you want to do. Because we all sit back and say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But how many of us really put in the steps to start doing that, right? And it all starts with time. Where do you start implementing your time? What's taking your time away to not focus on what you want to do in life, right? What is taking your time away that's distracting you from your long-term goal?
I'm your only customer. Why are you always polishing a glass? Trick of the trade. Makes people nervous when a bartender just stands there. So lay some bartender wisdom on me. I'm lost in space here. You're not where you want to be. You feel like you're supposed to be somewhere else. You said it. Well, say you could snap your fingers and be wherever you wanted to be. I bet you'd still feel this way, not in the right place. Point is, you can't get so hung up on where you'd rather be that you forget how to make the most of where you are. What are you telling me? Take a break from worrying about what you can't control. Live a little. Live a little.
And my question to you is, what do you think makes a man or woman truly timeless, right? What makes someone of value? What are the virtues of a person that inspires you, right? What are the tangible things? And what would make you timeless? What do you need to work on or put together to get you on the right path, right? Whether it's knowing the right people, right? Changing up your crowd, right? Getting out of a situation into a new situation. What do you need to be timeless? What do you aspire to be? I don't care how old you are, right? I know these are difficult questions to answer, but honestly, what do you need to start your path? Because it's better late than never, right? I would rather try and fail than to not have tried at all, because at least in failure, you'll learn something. Get back on the horse and try again. This is the first installment. We got plenty more coming on this topic. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the playlist as we upload, and I'll see you guys in the next one.